Hi everyone. The stuff you see here are the three parts of the figure I'm currently working on, the Haqqislam Remotes. So I already showed you this in the last update video, so I'm painting up one of these robots currently. And I've decided to pin these separately and also have the base, this plinth, separately, just to make it a bit easier to paint. So I'm just going to remove the plinth now and the legs, so we'll have a closer look at the upper part, which is almost finished. First of all, two things. One is that I'm painting this figure up for a competition which is currently running at Secret Weapon Miniatures, and the theme of the competition is weathering. So that brings me to the second thing I want to say, that this is the painting style you see here is purely experimental, just seeing that how far I can go with weathering, like I'm doing it right now, is painting on scratches and stuff like that. So I'm really putting it to the extreme, which is at the same time some kind of staying close to the competition theme, of course, and on the other hand just some kind of experiment I'm currently doing. So I know this figure isn't perfect. I've been putting up some work in progress pictures on forums and my Facebook page and my blog, for example, and I got some negative, not really negative, but just some people telling me, look, I don't like this, it's a bit too extreme, and in a way I share their thoughts, because like I said, it's an experiment, so I'm not entirely happy about some parts, but others I think they turn out pretty well. And that's really something I'm going to take with me when I'm painting the next miniature. So yeah, for example, there's some regions over here. Oh, let me take a brush. So some of the scratches here I really like, but for example this area on top, it's a bit difficult to see here on camera, but it looks a bit too messy. Not really happy with that, but the area I'm most happy about is the area here on top. I mean, the blending is very well done, I think. A lot of contrast in this small part, and I think the weathering here is far more realistic than here on the front of the figure. So we're just a lot of paint chipping here on the sides, where you'd expect paint to chip off, rather than some random scratching in the middle like I did here. And then again on some of these tail fins, there's also too much weathering going on here and then here, for example. But like this part, for example, is also something I'm quite pleased about. This air intake, let's say, some of these scratches. But yeah, I think in general it will look completely different when it's put on a base, mounted on its legs and on the base. I think it will look completely different, but yeah, we'll see how this ends up. But yeah, feel free to comment. Feel free to say that you don't like this and why you don't like it, if you think it's too much, or if you do like it. I'd also would like to hear this. So feel free to comment on this figure. So these are the legs which I've been working on tonight. So just some basic shading and highlighting before the weathering is starting. One more thing, that probably one of the questions is going to be how I did the weathering. Now I might explain this in a future video, just to give you a quick explanation. I did most of the weathering using a sponge, so a bit of blister foam with some paint, and put on the basic scratches, and then use the brush to make some of them larger, to make some of these smaller lines. Yeah, and then painted on the shadow and a highlight and some rust effects here and there. So that's just quickly said how I did it. So that includes the short work in progress video. Next video about this miniature will probably be the finished one, because yeah, I'm nearing the end already. It's very basic miniature, I think, not that much work. So yeah. Wish me luck in the competition. Thanks for watching. Bye.